For more on the unrest, we're bringing it back here in Gauteng. Let's cross to our reporter, Maagektla Mohlabe, who is in Katlehong. I do believe you were at some point in Vosloorus, and if I'm not mistaken, that's indeed where earlier on our colleague Crisalda was there, and there had been a body that was discovered. I see people are continuing to loot. I'm looking at what's happening there behind you. I mean, talk to us about the situation there. Anything but calm at this stage, and let's talk about law enforcement. I mean, what's happening?
Yeah, Flo. I mean, police continue to be outnumbered here. We are live from Katlehong. This is the mall called Letsoho, and this is where the chaos has been at display throughout the day here. And if I can just step out of this shot here, we are not going to be taking ourselves closer to that point, because that's where the looters are actually coming out with fridges, every item that they are able to get their hands on. And I can tell you that at some point, when they see the cameras like these actually facing them, pointing at them, and then it looks like an invitation for them to then hurl stones at us. And we are just trying to keep safe as well, because I can tell you that I mean, it's been quite chaotic. Police on the other side trying to open fire, trying to use rubber bullets to disperse the crowds. But I can tell you that it's been a fruitless exercise for police to try and manage this situation. The sad part is that even kids are here. They are looting. And this is what's been at display. Some people as well coming with their own trolleys to actually go into this mall. We saw also ATMs dismantled. We also saw some of those ATMs on fire, and it actually tells you the extent of this looting that's taking place here. So at this stage, the looting spree is still happening, it's still underway. Police are unable to deal with the situation. Speaking to some of the residents who are just watching these events taking place here, they are saying that their wish is to actually see the SNDF members coming here. Perhaps what we are seeing here would not happen overnight, because at this stage, once police are now clocking in for the night shift, it is actually going to be more chaotic in the dark. And that's what some of these people, or some of these residents who are concerned, are saying here. Perhaps let's talk to one of them here. He's been just watching helplessly, seeing the mall that he actually uses to come and buy groceries being attacked like this. My brother, talk to us. I mean, you talked to me earlier on off camera, something very important, that once the president last night said level 4, alert level 4, amid this COVID-19, the lockdown level 4 has now been extended. This is when it started.
Yes, because of everything in lockdown, it was normally. Until after President's speech, we don't know what went wrong to the mind of the communities, because of they were listening to our president. After saying thank you, South African, everything went wrong. We don't know what went wrong in their mind. Started 8:30 after president, so we don't know what president said, which is wrong for them, So this thing, what is happening, we don't know what president said is wrong. We don't know. I don't understand.
How do you feel as a resident watching this chaos at display here? People looting the mall, banning the ATMs, looting everywhere at these shops. How do you feel as a resident?
It's very painful because of this mall is the only mall, the nearest mall we have, so that we can walk to come here. it's going to be painful because we have to travel to Albertine, which is 14 rand, and return is 28 rand. You understand? So it's painful. Look at Spar right now. They're looking at Spar right now when we speak. I have a cousin who, she's working at Spar, which means if the Spar, they won't come back to renovate this Spar or to restock, which means to my cousin, the job is gone. You understand? It's very painful. So we don't condone things like this. No, we are not the same people. There are those people who have their mind of looting, of doing the wrong things. But there are other people who are not in that mind, who don't have that mind to do what people are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for your time, my brother.
Okay.
He's just one of the concerned residents here, Flo. And what he's saying is that it looks like whatever came between fellow South Africans, thank you, that speech last night at 8 p.m. by the president might have actually opened this what's happening here. That's according to him. He says that he feels that people actually were probably waiting for the president to open up, perhaps even the sale of alcohol, because I can tell you that many of the liquor stores here at this mall have been cleaned, have been looted. And it's quite surprising that amid this tighter restrictions of level 4 of the lockdown, yes, the sale of alcohol is still prohibited. Then people continue to loot these liquor stores, and we saw some of the arrests as well in this vicinity. We understand about 20 people have been arrested since the early hours of this morning.
Yeah.
And we will actually be monitoring the situation here, Flo, as the looting continues. And as you can see, some of the people coming out with bags full of items. And that's what's been happening here. The elderly, they are involved as well. Kids are involved, but mainly young people are also involved. And anything that they are able to get their hands on, they will then take home. And I can tell you that police were at this point where you see these people coming out with items just a couple of minutes ago. They fired rubber bullets, they fired tear gas. But these people keep coming back. And once police arrive here, then the crowd disperses. They go to the other side of the mall. They continue looting. Then when police go to the other side of the mall, the crowd comes back here. Police are not winning. They are outnumbered. At some point, I saw some of the police as well using shoelaces to actually tie up some of the looters here at this mall, to show that it looks like even handcuffs are not there on their waist any longer.
Maagektla, earlier on, our colleague Griselda Lewis was standing, and I'm not sure exactly the proximity in terms of where you are at the moment. But, we did break the story, of course, of a person who had been found dead on the streets, and we saw, the police really trying to cordon it off and kind of have respect for the man's body. But one would have thought that might have scared some of the residents around there, but it seems to not have done that at all. Do we at this point have any sort of information in terms of the gentleman that did pass away? What can you tell us at this time? Because obviously at the time that we spoke to Griselda earlier on, there was a lot of uncertainty as to what exactly had happened. And do you have any information at this time for us relating to that incident?
Not at this stage, Flo, and as you might be aware that communication has now been centralized, especially from police side. Communication has now been centralized to the National Police Department, and it's been a bit difficult to actually get the information immediately. We are still waiting to understand what really happened at that scene. And yes, quite a disturbing scene that we saw when my colleague Griselda Lewis was here just a couple of hours ago. And you could actually see some of the residents just looking on, but others continuing with the looting amid that particular unfortunate incident. There's clearly other people don't care really about whether somebody was on the floor lifeless, and they continued with the looting despite that situation. Now police had to attend two situations here. One person dead on the floor. Now they have to also attend people who continued looting at this particular mall, and that's what they are actually facing even now. They are unable to deal with this situation. Rubber bullets are not helping. Tear gas is not helping. Handcuffs, they are not even visible any longer on their waists, and the community continues to run amok here at the Letsoho Mall, and this looks like it's not going to end anytime soon, Flo.
All right, Maagektla, let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for that update. Maagektla Mohlabe stationed in Katlehong at the moment. Of course, similar scenes that we're seeing around the country.